Hi, my name is David McLeod. Most people seem to think that there are good emotions and there are bad emotions. Now, I personally don't like either of those two words. Good and bad are such subjective and judgmental words. They don't really convey very much information at all, except that the person speaking them is suggesting a preference for one thing over another. When it comes to emotions, I think it's fair to say that every emotion serves a valuable purpose because it informs us through its intuitive messages from our heart and soul about what's really going on for us. The sensations that pass through our body when an emotion is occurring may be pleasant or it may be uncomfortable, but regardless of whether we like the experience or not, there can be great value in what is happening. Now, I used to hate being sad or afraid. And you know why? Well, it had nothing to do with the emotions themselves, and it had nothing to do with how my body felt when the emotions were happening. Rather, it had everything to do with trying not to be seen as weak. You see, I had been taught through the power of repetition that fear and sadness were bad. I was told things like this: you want to cry? I'll give you something to cry about. Stop it. Boys don't cry. There's nothing to be afraid of. Buck up and be a man. Don't be such a crybaby. And on and on. Now, maybe you heard some stuff like that too when you were a kid. Many of us do. Well, as it happens, I took all these lessons to heart, and I learned to stuff my fear and sadness so that people wouldn't know the truth of what I was feeling. And to do this, I had to put on a mask of anger and toughness that made it impossible for people to approach me. But what it also did was it kept me from feeling my joy. Now, over the last few years, I have unraveled all those dysfunctional beliefs, and I've reconnected to my so-called bad emotions. It takes me quite an effort to connect with my fear and my sadness, but when I do, I feel such a sense of relief when I simply allow myself to feel them. And today, when my emotions come up naturally, I simply do my very best to accept them and feel them for what they are, with no judgment or criticism. And I listen with my heart to the messages that they are trying to bring me. And this helps me to stay aligned with the truth of who I really am and to really enjoy this life, which gives me so many ways to fully express and experience myself. Now, may you welcome and accept all your emotions as valuable treasures from your soul. Blessings on your journey.